Hi,
Oh,
sailor.
hi.
Come dockside, won't you come to me? Hello.
Anything going on?
No! Isn't
I
it
mean,
weird? You know what you say about coincidence. It's weird that Mitch McConnell didn't congratulate Joe Biden until Vladimir Putin did, right?
Nance's law,
Yes.
right? Coincidence takes a lot of planning, but it appears that there's been a lot more planning on the Russians' part than waiting around for Vladimir Putin to congratulate Joe Biden. And
What?
that is the fact that apparently the Russians have been hacking us for months
Yeah. Malcolm,
and
can
have
you
been carrying out
break
a
all this?
massive
Yeah, break all this down
operation.
for us because I've obviously
Yeah.
been dying to talk to you about this. This is huge, obviously. This is everyone. I mean, not just Treasury, Commerce, but everything. Homeland Security. I mean, obviously, firing Chris Krebs was a spectacular idea, our head of
Yeah.
cybersecurity. But so, explain this to us on the same day. Is this a giant middle finger to Trump and to America that on the same day he decides to congratulate Biden, the story breaks about the extent of this Russian hack?
Look, I've said this about 100 times on this station. I'm going to say it again. The Russians use cyber warfare the way that we use lattes. Okay? It's the first thing they do in the morning, it's the last thing they do at night. They use their intelligence systems, they use their cyber warfare organizations. And once they saw that Donald Trump was losing this election, apparently they decided that they wanted to vacuum cleaner up everything that they could. Initially, when we first heard this story about a week ago, it didn't seem that bad. It appeared that there was a massive Russian spear phishing operation, which was being sent out to people inside the Treasury and the Commerce Department. Spear phishing is when you click on a link and that gives them the ability to drop malware into your computer and gives them access to passwords and things like that. That's what happened to the DNC. That's happened in the past. Now we're finding out it's way worse, that it involves a program that was used by a company called SolarWinds. And SolarWinds is actually the name of the program is Orion, is used throughout the United States government. And it appears that the Russians have a back door into this system. So they are actually hacking the United States government to gain access to Commerce, Treasury, and the Department of Homeland Security,
And Trump
which is interesting.
administration didn't even know this
Yeah.
until a private company tells them. I mean, and of
Yes.
course, Donald Trump has said not a word about this, right?
Now, it's distinctly possible, based on some of the statements we have from U.S. Cyber Command, that they were aware of it and that they had seen what we call the upstream part of the attack, which is where, remember, when we got the DNC hacking, it was being literally watched by Dutch intelligence officers who saw them sign in, reverse their cameras, saw them sign into work, and then watched them log in on the computer. So it's possible we knew about this. It's just that NSA and Cyber Command don't usually protect civilians and civilian systems, but they do protect against civilian systems that are installed in U.S. government computers. So it's quite possible we were aware of this. It's just that when you have the president of the United States literally decapitating the organization at DHS that was responsible to defend us against this,
Yeah.
the Russians are going to try everything all the way across the board. They played the entire field and they flooded the zone once Trump lost the election. They're
Fired.
going for everything.
Well, yes. I mean, you start. I tweeted my other Russia T-shirt yesterday. Just said, and it ends as it began. All roads lead to Putin. I mean, because they got away with this giant election theft and installation of a president in 2016 for with no punishment, with Trump standing there at Helsinki saying, "I believe Putin, not our intelligence." Then there's bounties on our soldiers. He does nothing, and so now here's this. I mean, he is beyond everything else. He has failed at his number one job is protecting the United States of America. Right?
Well, he failed at that from the first day that he came into office. He showed no interest in the defense of the United States. It was all about defending his money, defending his rich friends, and exploiting and stealing as much money from the United States government as possible by, charging the Secret Service $140 million to go to his golf course. I mean, the man is bereft of any sense of patriotism or loyalty. But in this particular instance, people came to me and they were like, I think Trump coordinated with the Russians on this. No, Trump didn't have to coordinate with the Russians on this. The Russians got what they wanted, knowing that the man is an idiot, and putting him into office.
And he's not going to do anything. They're obviously rushing while he's still there, right?
Yeah, and I mean, and every aspect of the United States government, not just the aspect of cybersecurity, but economics. We're letting them in China eat our lunch. And I find this fascinating because, I've told you, we monitor right-wing extremist communications, and these people are all aflutter because they have now decided, because Donald Trump told them, that the incoming Biden administration is an adjunct of China and that Biden works for Beijing and all these ridiculous things. And at the same time, we're saying U.S. government members are members of the Communist Party of China. And it's a bizarro world where the Russians have so influenced one bloc, 40% of American citizens, that they will defend Russia and attack China, which we don't have any indication that China has operated against us on the scale that Russia has.
Yeah.
And will spend their lives laying down in front of Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin to keep them out of trouble. It's bizarre.
So let's get your take on, you tweeted, this is both good news and good news. Bill Barr quits. Is it? I mean, because now we've got this, this guy isn't, whoever the Rosen is another just sycophant who's done the president's bidding. And now he's talking about a special counsel for Hunter Biden. And are you concerned about what's going to happen in the next 30 whatever days that he's whatever he's up to at the Justice Department now?
And this is all the mad rantings of Donald Trump, right? Saying that, he wanted to let Barr go from the very beginning. And again, don't pay any attention to what Trump is saying. It's the signals that are going to his followers. They really thought all of this talk about, the Kraken and taking down Democrats and arresting people before the election. In the last week, all of the talk on right-wing extremist world has been Bill Barr's a traitor. Bill Barr wouldn't arrest anybody. Bill Barr came out and said Trump that there wasn't an election hacking and it wasn't stolen, and we see it all the time. I mean, these people 180 in a heartbeat.
Trump just retweeted yesterday Flynn Wood, the crazy Trump lawyer. He retweeted, Trump is a genuinely good man. He doesn't like to fire people. I bet he dislikes putting people in jail, especially Republicans, quote in quotes. Both Brian Kemp and what's his name, Raffensperger, had every chance to get it right. They refused. They will soon be going to jail. Trump retweeted that.
Insane. I mean, these people are mentally ill. Flynn Wood has been stoking the fires. And what's interesting is that he's put Sydney, what's her name?
Powell.
Sorry?
Powell, yeah.
Yeah, that's right, yes. Sydney Powell. Sorry, had Sidney Poitier, the good Sydney, in my head.
Not even close to Sidney Poitier.
Not the white woman, crazy Sydney, who has been swearing to God every day for weeks. I have more evidence. I'm putting it out. Mike Flynn knows what I have, but never says anything and comes up with the crazy plot that this was all government of China. She's the first one that claimed the Governor Kemp of Georgia was a Chinese Communist Party paid member. Well, these people have left reality. But the problem is they have the ability with the president to turn reality into deadly gunfire or
I was just going to say, Malcolm, your
special that might arrest someone.
Your specialty is talking about extremism and monitoring, as you say, these terrorist groups. And as you were saying, Flynn Wood standing at the same rally as Alex Jones saying one way or another, Joe Biden's, whatever he said that sounded obviously threatening. Flynn, Michael Flynn saying we're going to stop this inauguration one way or another. You tweeted about Stephen Miller. WTF is he talking about? Is Miller announcing a shadow vote by a fake state of electors to make Trump the alternate president? This won't end well. And yes, sure enough, I mean, just yesterday, How about this? Former Houston police captain arrested after allegedly running a man off the road and threatening him at gunpoint was part of an elaborate attempt to find evidence for the false conspiracy theory of voter fraud there. He was working on behalf of a powerful Republican megadonor group to investigate unsubstantiated claims of widespread voter fraud. Yes, okay. It was an air conditioner. It was an air conditioner repairman.
Mhm.
It was an
Let
AC
me
repair
finish
guy.
the story for you.
Okay.
He was given $250,000.
Yes, right.
And that this guy, this former Houston police chief, was actually put on indefinite suspension in 2002, right, for running an unauthorized armed raid. And these people hired him, gave him $250,000, and he had it in his crazy mind that this refrigerator repair truck was full of hundreds of thousands of ballots, rammed it from the rear in order to make it stop, took them down at armed gunpoint, right? Kept them, called the police to report that they had all the ballots, opened it up to find it full of air conditioning repair parts.
Oh, spoiler alert. You ruined the end. It was full of AC repair parts? What? You mean that's what the truck was labeled and that was what was in there? Oh.
Now that I've told that story, let me tell you what the right-wingers are saying. They used multiple trucks and moved the ballots.
Oh, sure. Yes.
Everything is a version of the Italian Job or Jason Bourne with these people. And they are armed and crazy.
Yeah.
And the latest thing that I've heard that we are monitoring very closely there are people who are claiming they are going to show up on January 4th. It's supposed to be another rally for Trump, and they are claiming they're going to show up armed. Washington, D.C. is a federal district. You are not allowed to have firearms in that district unless they're registered. Trust me, for years, I had the only registered sniper weapon system in Washington, D.C. Oh. And my cops buddies would say, and we know exactly where you live. They go, we know exactly where you live. Either if somebody gets shot, we're going to come and check and see that you have it or borrow it, one way or the other.
Yeah.
These people think they're going to walk into that city with guns.
Yeah.
And have that pro-Trump rally again. They think they're going to go to Black Lives Matter Plaza and take it over.
And to have another cross burning.
Very careful about this.
Yeah. Wow, you're the only person I know that's a sniper. Okay.
You didn't know that?
But you're on his good side, so
wow.
that's
Okay.
I'm the good sniper.
What's that movie with Bradley Cooper? Yeah, I guess. Duck. Okay. Is there a red dot on my forehead?
No one uses those.
Let me get your take on this last story though, because I know we keep saying it's calm down, it's all going to be fine. And then you just, okay. So a Trump campaign surrogate said Trump is now entering the wartime phase of his efforts to overturn the 2020 election. He was on Newsmax, of course, asked to comment on Bill Barr's resignation. He said, I'm not really surprised at all. You know, Bill Barr accidentally misspoke a couple weeks ago when he said he hadn't seen evidence of fraud to overturn the election. The last couple of weeks, you've seen senior members of the Justice Department leaving, being replaced by people who are Trump loyalists, just like at the Department of Defense. President Trump is about to enter the true wartime phase of this operation with the rigged election, and he needs a wartime consigliere, and Bill Barr is just not that guy. Oh my God, the biggest sycophant we've ever had in the Justice Department is. So what does that mean for Captain Crazy Pants? The wartime phase. I mean, that's the scary thing is there's nothing you can think of that he wouldn't try, right?
The big word on the street in right-wing extremist world is that they believe that an executive order that Trump signed in 2018, which was supposed to prohibit foreigners from interfering with the election procedures, they have it in their mind that this executive order, this EO of 2018, is where gives him the authorization to sign the Insurrection Act and use the army to start taking over parts of the country. And that's what these people are literally calling for martial law.
Yes.
My favorite, though, is when they spell
your favorite generals, both Diamond and Silk, have called for him to enact martial law.
Yeah. The problem is they keep spelling it marital law. And
Oh, no.
they have,
I'm invoking marital law. Someone needs to marry me by Christmas.
at gunpoint.
Yes. And I know a
That's
sniper.
the only way it's gonna
I know.
happen.
I'm just bringing you with me. I know a sniper. I'm just saying. Marry me. Love you, Malcolm Nance.
Okay, guys, let's have a nice holiday.
Yeah, have a Merry Christmas.
Treason's greetings
Merry
to you.
Christmas to all
Yeah.
of you.
All right,
Okay.
Happy New Year. See you in the new year.
Love you.